Welcome and welcome back, Changemakers. If you're new here, hello. My name is Kyra Siva. I am a spiritual mentor and healer, and today we are going to find out from your spirit team how to clear the roadblocks. I think having roadblocks is one of the most challenging things in life, and while though it's character building, it's so freaking annoying. So we're going to dive into this and help you clear your path. Before we get started, if you are interested in diving deeper into your spiritual life and want a cool community to hang out with, I do free live Q&As over on my Patreon every third Saturday of the month. So you can join me over there. The link is in the description. This month we are talking about 4 different types of consciousnesses, how to use them, and how to use that to really expand your natural talents for energy reading. So if you're a spiritual nerd like me, come and join me. We're going to have a blast. All right, let's go ahead, take a deep breath in, connect with your intuition. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3, and we'll get started with pile number 1. Pile number 1. All right, pile number 1. This is how to clear the roadblocks. Pile number 1, you have so much yellow in this pile. This is going to be about the roadblock in your solar plexus, your confidence, your ego, the way you relate to the world. So this is a good energy check time. If you don't feel like that's your issue, this is probably not the pile for you. Go check out a different one or potentially a different reading. But pile number 1, if you resonate with having the block of your confidence, of the way you can engage and act in the world, stay tuned because we're going to talk about how to get through this roadblock. So a couple of interesting things to note here, pile number 1. First of all, I am filming this when there is the beautiful morning light, sunshine coming into here, and it is gorgeous. Your entire pile is covered in rainbows, and I know in real life this is actually way more vibrant than what the camera picks up. So just know that you've got a new beginning, a new start, a beautiful rainbow life ahead of you in all of the best ways. Okay, so we see up here that you have been really wanting to have this new financial beginning, and ultimately you are making headway with it. We see that in the 9 of Pentacles that you've put in the hard work, you've stayed dedicated to building your skills, and now you're starting to see some of the fruits of your labor, but it's not fully coming to fruition. We have the Empress reversed and the Fool reversed. So it feels like your new beginning is just out of reach, and you are probably getting cards that say patience, hold on, like you're almost there, keep going. And this is probably so frustrating. You're like, what the heck? So this is a time for you to really be working. I also heard the word root chakra, working on your grounding, your survival, your stability in life in tandem with your solar plexus. We have Queen Estar, the morning star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust the soul's divine timing. Pile number 1, I never get this card. Like, I haven't pulled out this card in so long. It's also the morning star. So there is a nod to waking up early, mastering your morning routine, setting the tone, the intentionality for the day as a part of the way through this roadblock. We also have this beautiful star power. So it's spring here in the US and the Northern Hemisphere. It's so much easier to wake up when the birds are singing and the sun is out. If you can catch dawn time, it is an incredible experience. If you can see the sun rising over the horizon, like where it goes from under the horizon to those, the dark blue, purpley skies, and then everything gets orange and golden and pink, and like the gold light is this incredible, it's like, gosh, how do you explain? Well, you've all seen probably sunrises. I don't know, explain that to you, but that, if you were able to go outside and sit in meditation and watch the sunrise and give yourself 15 minutes, 20 minutes to really soak in that golden light. There is a practice in the Vedic tradition where you recite the Gayatri mantra when the sun comes up, and it is powerful. It brings so much peace, so much clarity. It fills you up on the soul level. It's like all of that golden light is the ambrosia or the liquid, divine liquid of heaven. And it's so good for you. It will really, really increase your inspiration. I know probably a lot of you out there are night owls and you're saying, Kyra, no thanks. But I am just saying, that's what the cards are saying. This card also references the ego. So it feels like you have been in an ego battle. And sometimes those ego battles are feeling overconfident about certain things. And a lot of times those ego battles actually are very self-deprecating. It's you sitting there saying, I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have enough skill. It's you second guessing yourself every step of the way. And what happens with that is it really creates a stop, start energy. It's like you're trying to drive your car forward and your foot is on the gas pedal and then you just keep slamming on the brakes. And then you let yourself go forward a little bit and you slam on the brakes. You let yourself go forward a little bit and you slam on the brakes. And sometimes that slamming on the brakes is not slamming, it's tapping. It's like you have forward movement and then you stop. Too fast, too much. So there is a path through. Taking in dawn light, having a meditation practice. You're welcome to use the Gayatri mantra for that. There's like a million different YouTubes for that. You could even, I personally think it's more effective if you learn the mantra and recite it internally and let that sunrise hit your third eye. See some of that with your eyes, obviously, and don't go burning your eyes out kind of way. So you have that. The other thing is to really spend time balancing the solar plexus. Connect with it. Connect with your breath. Put your hands. So the solar plexus is just below your rib cage and above your belly button. It's the place where you often may feel your intuition as well. Sometimes you feel your intuition much lower and deeper, but sometimes it shows up there. Really spend time sitting and connecting with that. Breathe into that space. Listen to that space in you. Ask it what it needs. There are a million different healing modalities. If you would like, a healing modality video, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to make you one. But it's this process of recognizing that you are the fairy woman, regardless of your gender. You are a divine being, and one foot is in the world of spirit, and one foot is in the world of materiality. Neither one is truly superior to the other. It's just a matter of you recognizing, accepting, and acknowledging that you are the bridge. You are the bridge between heaven and earth. You are the bridge between the spirit and the material realm. This level of acceptance, it's like the feeling that your spirit guides are giving me is you are so beautiful and you are so radiant and you have the most gorgeous, healing, magnificent energy. And at the same time, you're so scared of looking in the mirror and realizing that you're the sunlight, of realizing that you're the beauty and grace in life. It's the being scared of being successful. And it's easier for us to say, well, I'm scared of being a failure or looking silly as I try or making mistakes. But it's truly actually that when you step into this space and truly and deeply continuously acknowledge, because you've acknowledged it, let's be real, you would not be on my channel if you didn't know you were a magnificent spiritual being. You've acknowledged it, but you need to keep acknowledging it deeper and deeper and deeper. You are healing the next layer deep. So however deep you've gone with your solar plexus, go deeper. And once that's healed, go deeper again. And once that's healed, go deeper again. You want to allow a clear path for your soul's energy to come out of all of your chakras. Now, you do have this new start, this one that you've been working so hard for. This is Spirit's confirmation. You got 2 new moons. You have it. You've got it. Spirit wants to give this to you. The universe wants to give this to you. So don't shy away from it when it shows up. Another really important practice that I've learned in the last couple of years is that you have to prepare your nervous system. You have to prepare the deeper parts of your mind that want to shrink. There are a million different reasons why we are told to be smaller than who we truly are. And this is your time to overcome that, because that has been such a core block for you that now your spirit guides and the universe truly are, they're pushing you towards the edge because you have wings and you're just not sure that they work. But I promise you they do. So along with this really deep work with your ego and with your solar plexus and even your root chakra, which I would actually recommend, like, you could put your right hand over your solar plexus and your left hand over your root and sit and breathe into that and see the energy flowing between those, and then switch hands. There's also, like I said, a bazillion million different YouTube videos out there, or if you are curious, you know, you can always leave me a comment. I do live Q&As every 3rd Saturday of the month. I'm happy to dive into that topic. So there's a lot of energetic practice to overcoming this block. And that energetic practice also has to translate to physical action. And that looks like when the thing comes up that scares you, maybe it's a new client, maybe it's a job offer, maybe it's a potential promotion, and you start getting the squirmy worms, you want to make sure that you have taught yourself how to breathe through that, and that you fix your posture and walk into your next opportunity with confidence and grace and compassion. There is a deep call. We even have yellow in the dog spirit. There is a deep call to being completely loyal to your soul. When you feel like you're being too egotistical, you need to really ask yourself, am I treating my soul with the highest respect in this moment? Am I demonstrating who I know in my very core of being who I am? Am I demonstrating that out loud, or am I shrinking back because of something? And if you're shrinking back because of something, just fix your posture, put your chin up, and walk forward. And that doesn't always mean everybody's going to love you, and that's okay. Every time you stand in your own authenticity, as Chloe Taylor likes to say, you give people the permission to stand in theirs. The other important thing about this is, as you go through the world, it's interesting because this is a very energetic pile, and there's also this sort of clever mentality behind it. Like, you need to have the awareness to catch yourself shrinking. Maybe that looks like rounded shoulders, as I say, as I stand up and fix my posture. Maybe that looks like quieting your voice. When you notice yourself shrinking, I want you to take up space. You have permission to take up space. You are not taking away from anybody else, but taking up space. You deserve the space you take up. So it is yours, and you have to claim that. Oh, wow. Okay. Woo. What a great pile to start with. Pile number 1. If you like this reading, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, all those good things. Really helps the channel like you wouldn't believe. And if you want a personal reading, link is in the description. And then join me over on Patreon next week on Saturday at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I do live Q&As. We are going to be talking about 4 different types of consciousnesses, a really fun practical exercise taking you through feeling them. You would be a really good pile to come to this, because what I'm going to show you, how to experience those different parts of you, you can apply to your chakras, and you can apply to this deeper energetic work, and it will help you read your energy and connect to nature a lot better. All right, pile number 1. Until next time, have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 2. All right, Pile number 2, this is how to clear the roadblocks. We are going to dive in with your spirit team today and figure out how to overcome your roadblocks. Pile number 2, this is about finances. So if you don't feel connected to your roadblock being in finances, this is probably not the pile for you. You can go check out one of the other piles. And if this is the pile for you, let's dive in. Pile number 2, you have had a huge stagnation with your finances, and it has been supremely frustrating. It is like pounding your head against the wall. The feeling that your guides are giving me in my chest is just like screaming, like, why? Always. It's interesting because when you're in these spaces, not only is it hard, but it is also pulling out the warrior spirit in you. You have not stopped fighting for what you want. And I am so proud to see this because it is huge. It is huge. Your roadblock is how the heck do you get through this block with your finances? How the heck do you make positive movement towards whatever your financial goals or vision is? Over here, we have my Bago, the warrior saint. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. The incredible thing about this warrior spirit that comes out in you is that there is tenacity, there is resourcefulness, and there is this unwillingness to give up. And like the way your spirit team are making me feel right now is so strong. And it's the strength that comes through anger. It's the strength that comes through rage. It's the strength that comes through saying, I refuse to give up. I'm going to climb this hill, even if I keep falling down and scraping my knees, scraping my elbows. Like, I don't care how many times it's going to take. I refuse to surrender. And I love that because that's what it takes sometimes to get through these blocks. It's like you're burning it away. So your first guidance through this is that using the fire element could be really useful for you as a way of processing some of the difficulties. I'm going to be so very real for you because I have lived in this space for too long. Sometimes these blocks are really thick. Right? It's like if you've got an axe, you are just chipping away at something large. A great practice for helping transmute that energy is using the element of fire and putting your intentionality. We just had the full moon, and the Siva temple I go to, we do full and new moon homas. And I did to fire tending, and I just felt part of fire tending is learning how to listen to the fire and read the fire. And one of the things we always share with people is when you use the fire, talk to it like it's your best friend. Talk to it like it's your dear friend. Tell it your problems, and you can put all of that negative energy into the fire, and then you can recharge from all of those blessings from the fire back to you to regain your inspiration and your peace and your clarity of mind and any blessings that you really need. So I would encourage you, talk with your guides and your spirit team, set up sacred space, and give yourself fire rituals. If you ever want to talk more about fire, I'm going to be doing a whole deep dive into fire on my June live. I'm just going to be talking more about the fire element, and I'd be happy to share more in depth over there. It's the 3rd Saturday of June. I will be going over that. But if you want, a fire element reading before then, just let me know in the comments. I would be happy to film one for this channel. So the process of destruction, you're using the destruction capabilities of the fire, and then you're using the regenerative capabilities of the fire, because fire is transformative. That will help a lot, just processing the block. The other thing to remember is that you are actually close to being through it. You are very close to being done with it. So there is this process of having to transform the energy, and then at the same time, having to transform your perspective and the way that you think and speak about finances and about your identity in relationship to those finances. What does that mean? As I know you're all out there doing your personal growth. So as you are working with your thoughts, which people often use affirmations, and I would say changing your belief system takes a lot more than just repeating something over and over again. You have to hit it at all angles, really. Like, how are you thinking about this? And then how does your body feel? And then what is your perspective? And one really important thing is your identity. Who are you in relationship to finances? Are you somebody that, financial stuff works out? Or are you somebody that's like, my financial life has never worked out. I've always been poor and I will always be poor. It's really this identity piece that needs to shift. It's the identity piece that is the big block. It's the way that you talk to yourself. It's the way that you feel about yourself. When you shift into spaces where you feel so much more empowered, and you can do this by bringing healing into this space. You can heal yourself as you write down your finances on a piece of paper and you're sending yourself healing energy that way from a more sort of detached third person. They're also showing me of bringing one of your soul guides into the space with you. So say you are seated in a closed-eyed meditation and you visualize meeting they're saying guardian angel. You can choose whoever you like, whoever is the right soul guide for you. Because they said guardian angel, I'm going with the guardian angel. And you could see that guardian angel coming in and really putting their hands over you and radiating light. Or maybe you have a metaphorical image of what finances are to you. Maybe it's a very sick person. Maybe it's a blob of goo. Maybe it's, some kind of actual square block that you're just like, I need help with this. You find the metaphor inside of you that makes sense and then see that being come and do that healing. Listen to the words that they have to say. Listen to the sounds that they make. Listen to the feelings in your heart, because those things are that healing energy. You're healing this at a very deep level, and this keeps showing itself to me as mushrooms, like mushrooms, which could be guidance. So it's this process, and mushrooms also, when you think about that, is a web of consciousness. You are one piece of the mushroom coming up in a web of consciousness. You deserve all of the abundance. Look how abundant this healed heart is. This could also be guidance that when you work with your soul guide, that this is the area you need the most healing in. It is heartbreaking. It is heartbreaking to be frustrated about finances, to try and feel like you've fallen 1,000 times and that you are scrambling to get up. It is heartbreaking. One of the best things I ever did with my finances, I have a little tab on my financial tracker that's called the wounding. And I always imagine this part of my finances as just an open gash, an open wound on my leg that bleeds. Because that's how painful that truly is. And that's why this is so hard, because those things do show up in the numbers and in your bank account and in the stress that you feel, but it's so hidden. It's like if you were to break your arm, people would be like, oh my God, your arm's broken. But with finances, there's so much shame, there's so much guilt, there's so much everything tied into it, your self-worth, your place in the world, all of these things, and it can be tricky. So bring that healing energy, be your own healer, but really bring your guardian angel in, bring your soul guide in. It will be powerful transformation. This is also a nod back to this call for using your mind wisely and letting things go. We see this sweet little groundhog holding the little heart. I want you to hold the wounded part of you, the wounded financial part of you, as sweetly as this little groundhog is. Got it all snuggled up right there, giving a little kiss. Be gentle and kind. If you were to treat the part of you that is feeling stuck financially as you would somebody with an open wound on their body, I think you would be acting a lot nicer to yourself. I need this message for myself. So this is probably my pile. Okay. Pile number 2, sending you so much love. Remember to focus on your communication and trust that this healing work is going to help you get through this. Until next time, oh my gosh, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, leave me a comment. It helps so much. And pile number 2, if you want to learn more about fire, check out my Patreon. I'm doing one in June. I guess I don't have it uploaded yet that's what the topic is, but that's what the topic is. And I'd love to see you over there next week. We are going to be talking about consciousnesses, and I will be taking you through how to experience those different consciousnesses in you, your mind, your non-judgmental observer, your heart, your intuition. It's going to really help show people how to actually experience those different things and ultimately help you be better at your natural gifts with energy reading. All right, pile number 2. Until next time, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day. Pile number 3. All right, pile number 3. This roadblock that we are going to talk about today, this is what this reading is about. In case you skipped the intro, this is all about how to get through your current roadblock. Pile number 3, these have all been incredible. This pile is all about your psychic and spiritual breakthroughs. So if that does not resonate with you, please go check out another pile. Because we're about to dive into how to get through your spiritual roadblock. All right, pile number 3, let's just start off here. We have these beautiful colors. I am filming this at a time when the sun is shining through and creating all of the rainbows. So your whole pile is covered in rainbows. I know from last time, you can't see them as vibrantly as I can, but if I could just draw your attention over here to Mirabai, she is lit up with rainbows. She looks prismatically gorgeous. It's incredible. All right, pile number 3. You have been really working on your psychic skills, your extrasensory perceptions. You are going for enlightenment. You are going through what is the next thing the cosmos wants you to know. You are my seekers of spiritual secrets. Which that concept right there fuels my entire life. I want all of the secrets of the universe. Thank you very much. So right now, you have been wanting, I'll say it this way. This is a time for you to break free from all traditions. This is a time for you to unhook yourself from the stereotypical religious traditions, and it's potentially a time for you to even reevaluate all of your spiritual beliefs that you have held up until this point. One of my favorite all-time sayings is, everything is holy and nothing is sacred. And that means everything around you is divine. Everything around you is consciousness. And nothing is so sacred that you can't challenge it. I grew up in the Christian church, and a lot of that faith back in the 90s was very much like, you do not question. You don't have, like, you're allowed to have questions, but only certain kinds of questions. And then a lot of religious things, you just don't question. That's just the way it is. It's the air that you breathe. Like, you don't really get a chance to challenge it. And this is a time the spirit and your spirit team wants you to challenge your current belief system. It wants you to hit up against those limiting the beliefs that says you are separate from the divine. that you are less than the divine, that you are not as capable, and to blast through those. Now, I'm not saying you walk around believing that you are, Jesus or an embodied deva, an embodied spiritual being, but it's that you recognize that the same thing that creates a deity is the same thing that creates you. You're not separate from that. You are absolutely a part of the cosmos. There is a very big call to really hone in on your visual psychic skills, your clairvoyance. If you've never had a time in your life where you felt very clairvoyant, like I was not that person. I'm like, I could feel all the things, but I can't see anything. And I have friends that are like, I close my eyes and I see everything. And I'm like, that's really cool for you. I can't do that. Now it's opened up a little bit more. This is such a good example for this pile. It's not believing in yourself in one area and feeling so challenged by it. And then one day you're just like, I had a glimmer of it. And then like a couple of years later, you're not going to take a couple of years later because you're here. You're like, oh, I got it. Okay, now I have my visualizations. Now I can do these things. Because I can see that you've been really mentally contemplating this. Like, how do I have this new inspiration? How do I get this skill? I'm going to use myself in this clairvoyance because I feel like that's so appropriate. And you can apply this and take it to your life. I always wanted to be clairvoyant. People always talk online about how cool clairvoyancy and they share all these cool visions. And I'm like, that's just not me. Like, I can feel who you are, and I can get an entire snapshot, and I can have, complete downloads, but it's not ever good enough. Like, I want to be able to see stuff clairvoyantly too. And so there's this one part of this where you just have to accept, like, okay, well, my skill set is strong over here, but also when you release some of that, it opens up for you. We see down here in your guidance that there is nothing yet set in stone and the answers you need are coming. You do not have to believe that you are relegated to just having a couple of your clairs available. You do not have to believe. Say you're doing a meditation process and you are trying to win something big. You're like, I am going for angel communication. I am going for my next stage of enlightenment. I'm going for darshan of the divine, which is seeing a divine character being with your physical two eyes. This is the time where you actually need a little more guidance. There's some extra information that you need in order to be able to achieve this, and it's coming to you. So, one, be on the lookout for it, be present and aware, and two, trust that it's coming. You could say something like, I get that I don't have all the answers right now, and I know that they will be coming to me very shortly. And it's just something where you are reaffirming to yourself that you're the magnetic pole, right? You are pulling in this knowledge to you. You are an eligible soul to receive that knowledge, and you are capable of handling it. There is so much mystery to be unfolded. And I love this because you are totally my pile. We could talk for hours, have our little cups of tea, curl up on the couch, and deep dive into the very wild and very weird world that psychic abilities and spirituality is. So the universe also wants you to really enjoy that. I know I keep talking a lot about clairvoyance because these eyes are just so prominent, but there is another part of spiritual development that is incredibly crucial. And that is your own personal healing, and that is your own personal growth, and that is the ability to accept that you do not know everything, and you may never know everything. My Swami used to always say, spirituality is a big ocean. You just need to know one drop. You just need to know one drop. So as you go through this, remember too, and I'm talking a lot about developing psychic abilities because that's generally what the public wants for you deep spiritual seekers out there that are going for enlightenment. Remember that your psychic skills, whether you're talking to angels or you're doing other things, one part of that is still an illusion. You have to be able to accept that there are things beyond being able to do these things. These are the chocolates of life. They're fun, they're cool, they taste great. But there is something greater out there beyond this. And if you are on that path of, like, I'm truly going for my true enlightenment, beyond just recognizing who I am, but that universal consciousness enlightenment, remember to make this a learning stop, not a full stop. Do not stay here. It is so important. Sometimes people get so caught up in this part of the land that they forget there's an entire globe to still go explore. So even knowing that might actually be very useful for you in helping you relax a little bit in your journey to this, and to continue to have the confidence for it. So, okay, pile number 3. If you like this reading, give it a like and subscribe. And come join me over on Patreon next weekend on Saturday, the 19th at 11 a.m. I'm going to be talking about 4 different types of consciousnesses that are in you and helping you actually experience them, with the ultimate goal of helping you really unlock your talents as an energy reader. And pile number 3, until next time, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day.